All right, we are live on video. Stand by. All right, good day and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. That's my sportscaster voice. That's the best I got because today I'm bringing on a guy who likes athletic stuff. He's literally on video for YouTube. He likes to flex and work on his grip strength. But this gentleman is a fellow podcaster that he and I have been working very hard to try and connect, but our schedules just suck. But he's actually a professional baseballer, ketogenic dieter, or lifestyle, as I like to call it, fellow biohacker, obsessor over knowledge. We were geeking out before I even hit record today. Flow state seeker. I've had some flow people on my show, actually, so I'm very intrigued. Coffee connoisseur. I will challenge him on that because I know my coffee. And wannabe professional chef. I am not. I just like to grill meat and live my keto lifestyle. Movie buff, perfectionist, routinist, and again, podcaster. He is the host of the Robby Row Show. So welcome, Robby Row.
Dude, hey, good to be welcomed, and thank you for having me. And I'm super stoked that we finally got this going.
Yeah, how long have we been trying to do this?
Well, you know what's funny, dude? Is we were exchanging those messages, and I kept saying hey, every time I go on, nothing's gonna work out. And then yesterday I saw your message, and I literally just went on. I was like, wait a sec, that could work.
Well, because last time we were like, oh, your schedule has no slots for me, and I'm like, I have people booking from other countries. How do you not find a slot?
Because I
didn't think I was that much of a jerk with my schedule.
I'm a I don't know, what is it called? Like a bear? No, a bear's.
I'm sorry. Were my slots too much daytime for you? Are you more
too much daytime?
So you're more of like a bat, like you just like to release your sonar in the evenings when
no. So I super early in the morning, dude. That's when I'm at my peak optimal performance / cognitive functionality. Whoa! Did I just?
Yeah, whoa! He just went there. I mean, well, clearly you're functioning better now because that was pretty good.
Because I did 45 kettlebell swings to get the endorphins going before.
Oh, don't worry, I got my bells in the garage. So
hey yo, we're gonna geek out.
If you ever come to the East Coast, dude, my man zone in my garage is off the chart these days.
Dude, that's all I've played. It sucks because every year I play, it's never West Coast. It's never home.
Well, it's funny because we have a pro team here, or semi-pro team, or whatever you call those things. We have the oh god, they're my local team, the Iron Pigs.
Oh, Reading.
No, they're here.
No,
Iron Pigs is in Allentown, where I live.
But it's AA for the Phillies, right?
I think so. I suck at baseball. I played it when I was a kid.
I suck at baseball.
I was like, what are they? I was like, see, this is great, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know. My co-host today is a baseballer, and I don't even know if they're AA or AAA or they are Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. They're MILB, minor league baseball. Yeah.
For the Phillies?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're on the same page.
So I think the Phillies has the Reading team and us feeding them. Is that how that works?
Yeah. So there's different levels. So there's low A, high A, AA, AAA, and then the big leagues. And there's actually more levels.
We are definitely not the big leagues, but a lot of people locally get upset because they pull people from us to the Phillies. So it's
exactly. Especially in a playoff race too, because September call-ups is when the rosters can expand to 40 men. And if your minor league local team is in the hunt for the playoffs, the big league team doesn't care and they'll pull guys and it's.
Oh, get out. Okay. I mean, I always know there's a lot of pulling going on. I just can't keep up with it.
Yeah. That's what just happened too. Early September, everyone was getting called up and no one cares about the minor leagues because it's the playoffs for the minor leagues right now.
All right. This is funny. Ladies and gentlemen, he's chugging out of a giant jug of water, and I always promote proper hydration.
This is my second one of the day.
Yeah, sorry, mine's not that big. I only have my custom Yeti mug.
You want to hear the routine? Yeah. So the routine is to make sure I only drink from these to track actually how many waters I drink per the gallon. Okay. I'm not fancy enough with the. Can I see that again? The customized Yeti.
Dude, you gotta rock your brand.
Do you have a tattoo across your nipples that says "Live the Fuel"?
No, I do have tattoos, but no, I do not have any. I mean, it is on the hats. There's some more hats back there.
Hey, when can I get some gear, man?
we can talk about that. But I tell you what, since you have a lot of water, you know what? I literally just did this for you.
Oh my
You
gosh.
hinted that you love keto, right?
I dabble.
Are you familiar with pili nuts?
Yeah, they sent me some.
Well, here, I poured a giant bowl for us
Are you
today.
crushing? Look
this.
at you, man.
Pili nuts.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, they sent you more than they sent me.
Well, no, this is so here's the funny thing. I love
store-bought?
No, this is their I think I call it like their chef's bag or something.
Right.
I order big bags. Like
oh yeah.
But they also send me free stuff because I promote them.
Are they a sponsor of this show?
I don't have sponsors.
But, oh my gosh.
They give me discount codes. So, for example, ladies and gentlemen, if you use FUEL, F-U-E-L, you save 10% on your pili nuts, just like Villa Capelli olive oil. So
you can find that in the show notes at www.livethefuel.com/the Robby Row.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought you'd appreciate that because I was like, all right, he's keto. He's got to be rocking the pillies.
I feel like I need something around me now that like.
Well, you had the giant jug of water. So.
Right. But that could be
you one-upped me on the water. I'm going to one-up you on my pili nuts.
Should I just vlog this whole podcast?
Oh, you should. Yeah. You should just vlog. See, you're one-upping me. I don't vlog. I mean, this is a vlog when I post it later.
Oh, trust me. I don't vlog. I record myself with a camera because it makes me look.
I mean, at least you have a real camera. I don't even do that. I have tripods. I just use my iPhone.
Well, you know what sucks, man, is like ever since I went to total business mode, I had to get 2 iPhones, but somehow,
I will never do that. I will never do that.
Somehow I never have storage. So I'm constantly deleting.
I might upset you, but why did you get a second phone?
Yeah, just because I can walk around to that theme song. I got 2 phones, but for not that reason.
I mean, did you do it because you wanted a second phone number?
No, it's actually not a phone number. It's not a phone number. It serves as like my iPad because it's my other phone. So I'm rocking like the iPhone 5 with my like SIM card.
I will not leave. I won't go above 6S. Like if this dies, I'm getting another 6S.
So that's my other one.
Yeah.
So my other one's the 6 Plus because I needed a bigger screen. So on my website that you guys can find at www.therobbyrowshow.com, I do like online, so like remote.
Wait, you mean this site?
Oh, is it coming up?
Oh.
Whoa! Whoa, that guy's way too good looking to be me. Hold on.
I was going to say, you look a little better there.
Captain Redbeard was my nickname that year.
Oh, nice. But the beard looks bigger right now.
It is. Well, I just actually, you're catching me.
You definitely have more hair girth.
I just trimmed it. Yeah.
Hashtag hair girth.
Well, I was playing under Mike Matheny right there. So he was more stricter, I guess you would say, with the.
See, I don't follow baseball that much, but I know that guy. I mean, for some reason, let's pause.
You're a book guy. You got to read Matheny Manifesto.
What's the deal? All of a sudden, the past couple years, when I got rid of my beard, like this is just weekend scruff left over, but it's like when I got rid of my beard.
You went full screen, by the way. Whoa.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. When I got rid of my beard, you guys all of a sudden make beards a thing in all the pro sports.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
It came from we need to hide sticky stuff in it to dock the ball to make us better. Because we're not good enough already.
Wait, I mean, as far as the grip?
No, I'm kidding.
I just think football, I can totally see that, right? Because remember the whole, you put the glue on your hand or some crap like that. I'm like, whatever.
It's funny though how that's come like a mantra, right? Like
right?
the baseball players are the dirty, rough, like got these big beards and eye black and dirt all over the place and spit tobacco, and that's just like that's our identity, right?
You know what? I was a big league chew guy when I was a kid, man, rocking the shredded bubble gum. You know, trying to jam it in your cheek, like because that's the package showed you how to do.
Yeah. And you wanted to just be cool, like the dude on the package with the huge forearms, and then you quickly realized how much sugar was in that, and you had 13 cavities when you were 14.
Well, luckily I didn't have any cavities because I didn't do that much chewing gum. But I mean, yeah, that's a great connection, ladies and gentlemen, on cutting the sugar out of your freaking life. Okay.
Hashtag keto. Hashtag get abs.
Yeah. What? Hashtag my boy, shout out to Vinny Tortorich, NSNG. Okay. No sugar, no grains.
Whoa. What did we just do there?
You know Vinny, right?
I don't. No. I think I know everybody. I don't know.
Are you kidding me?
I don't think so.
Dude, he owns the trademark NSNG, no sugar, no grains. He's the celebrity fitness trainer to the stars. He guest stars on Adam Carolla's podcast, who has the Guinness World Record of the most successful podcast in history.
And I put in my bio that I'm obsessed with information, and I don't have this information.
Did I just blow your mind right now?
I mean, if I had a mind to blow, I think it would be blown.
Okay, there we go.
That's how I defeat the purpose. So if I were to go on Instagram and if I were to be in the search bar right now, what would I type in?
Vinny Todorich. Or actually, if you just search for the hashtag, actually, NSNG has gotten so huge, people put NSNG in their names of the profile on Instagram.
Oh, dude, he's right there. So, okay.
He's also my client.
I was thinking, subtle plug.
No, he is now. I mean, I didn't want to be. He called me up one day. He's like, I need your help. I'm like, okay.
I hope he doesn't get mad at me for saying this, but I was thinking like I was going to come to his page, dude, and see like 100K followers.
Oh, wait, you mean on Instagram?
Yeah.
We just started growing that. That's me. Like I've had to help, like it's him, but I'm helping him with strategy to grow that because he's huge on Twitter.
Okay.
And like he won't let anybody talk for him on Twitter.
Right.
Like he has grown his following on Twitter because he will answer people as much as he possibly can. And
his bacon hashtag.
Oh yeah.
I love that.
So
no sugar, no grains. Yeah, I followed him. So if that's you, follow me back.
Well, not me, but I mean that's him.
Whoa.
Like
I'm the dude playing.
I gave him the strategy to grow it. So, and actually, because I literally right before we got on the phone, right before you and I got on Zoom, I was talking to his business partner. Like, have you heard of Pure Vitamin Club or Pure Coffee Club?
I've heard of the vitamin one. I hadn't heard of a coffee one.
That's his company. Okay,
so then I know him.
Yeah. So,
well, see, I'm a pitcher. I have short-term memory loss. So if it happened recently,
hold on a second. Hold on. You can't just
That's a real thing.
You can't just skip right over that. What do you mean you have short-term memory loss because you got hit by a ball?
Oh, well, that happened too. But this happened from being a pitcher. So it's a real thing. Like, I mean, think about it. The way I've been, so I'm going into my 10th year, right? Professionally. Right. I got drafted when I was 18.
10 years. Wow.
I got drafted when I was 18. Yeah.
You go, boy. Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy, huh? Dude, I thought of it. So when I was going into my 8th year, it hit me and I was like, because I usually count like, okay, well, what year is this? Because they fly by, dude. So yeah, anyways, man, it's a real thing because as a pitcher, crappy things happen to you often, right? So like leadoff doubles after you're ahead in the count 0-2. And if you're to go, crap, like that really sucked. And you have that mindset of that slight bit of doubt / being butthurt for that little bit, it affects your next at bat. You know, it affects because you can't sit out there and take like 3 minutes to get back into that mindset, right? Like things happen like this. Maybe people who watch baseball go, it's too slow, but trust me, when you're playing it, it's very rapid pace. Especially if there's 50,000 people in the stands. So I've developed, and I think, like 90% of the good ones have developed short-term memory loss, and it's a real thing. And it's bleeded over into my real life. So that's, scapegoat.
So what kind of people do you bring on your podcast? I got to ask that real quick because I might have somebody you're going to probably geek out with. Plus she's cute. But anyway, keep going.
Oh, it's a girl?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm allergic to women.
Oh.
Yeah, they hold me back from what I want to accomplish in life.
Well, I mean,
every girl watching
I tried using that for years.
Goes like,
I used that for years. Come on, get something new.
Totally digging that red beard that guy was
Get
rocking.
something new.
So I wish you were following me on Instagram earlier because I go Instagram live almost every night.
I thought I was. I think I was following you from my personal feed. I don't know.
Yeah. Good one, pal.
No, because I do. I have Scott W. Mulvaney and I have Live the Fuel. So
I got you.
Yeah.
So anyways, I get look at that. Look, that's me.
Yeah.
That's me.
Oh, yeah, I'm sharing the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, on iTunes. Okay, that's people.
Me. Look at that, 58 ratings already, guys.
Yeah.
Holy heck!
When did you got me beat? I don't even bother asking for reviews on iTunes anymore. I don't even have the time.
Are you on iTunes though?
I'm everywhere. But I'm not on. I've applied to Spotify and iHeartRadio, and they still haven't gotten around to launching me on that. But I'm on Stitcher, iTunes.
Bro, what's the deal with that? I did the same thing with Spotify and iHeart, and nothing.
No, it's like whenever they feel like you've passed their credentials, all of a sudden you exist.
Yeah, so like, I sent them a picture of my bicep, and I thought they were just gonna be like, "Whoa, we'll flag that one."
I thought they would love this one. Hold on, like why don't they share? Let me zoom in. Like why don't you share that? right? Like a little Superman shirt.
Little bulge working there in the
By the way,
pants.
the chin beard on that one is awesome, by the way.
Well, we had a rule that year. So that was 2015. I was in A-ball, and we had a rule: no beards, only goatees and mustaches.
You're basically halfway there. I mean,
no, it's halfway there. It's like just the tip.
Yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, seriously, take action. I'll have it linked in the show notes. You go to his iTunes page.
I interview animals. It says it right there, so it has to be true.
Wait, so if I ever come on your show, am I an animal then, or
you can be if like that's your dream, and I can be your outlet to do that.
So I got to channel my animal spirit. I got to figure out what my animal spirit is.
How many topics do you think you and I could like bounce off of?
Oh, on one episode?
Yeah.
You'll never break the record.
What's the record? I have an attention span of nanoseconds.
Here's the thing. So this weekend I was speaking at MapCon, the Mid-Atlantic Podcast Conference, and last year I spoke there. And then at the end of the conference last year, I sat down, set up my portable gear, and we just started hanging out and rapping with a couple of other podcasters. Well, then I decided to set up multiple mics, and then all of a sudden people just start walking up and sitting down and just start joining in.
How cool!
This episode, I think it was episode 112, went for 2 hours and 20 minutes because I never hit stop. And then like podcasters, like one guy like, oh dude, I gotta go home and see my wife. He would disappear. All of a sudden somebody would just sit right down. And then it would keep going.
Start talking.
Just, oh yeah.
What were you guys talking about?
Oh my God. We joked around because I recorded again with two of the guys this weekend.
Yeah.
And we joked around on that episode on Facebook Live because we're like, you know what, dude? If you can actually keep up with all of the crap that was on that episode, you may have ADD. Like, just legit. Because,
gosh, dude.
I mean, I listened to it again driving to Philadelphia this weekend to get down there to the event, and I was cracking up. It's hilarious, but I mean, I can't even. I don't know. I counted. There was 8 different guest co-hosts that talked on that officially that I can remember.
That's so cool. Do you remember like your favorite topic of that day?
On that episode?
Yeah, the favorite one that sticks out. Topic.
I mean, off the top of my head right now, because I'm a foodie, it was hilarious. The one dude starts complaining because like everybody's like, oh, look at Scott, Mr. Health Nut, eating his salmon and veggies and having a dirty martini that way there's nothing bad at it, just olive juice. And
nothing dirty about it.
Exactly. The only thing dirty is olive juice, but no actual sugar crap. And the other guy's like, oh yeah, look at me. And I've got my barbecue burger. And the other guy goes, well, dude, I actually wanted the salmon and they gave me a barbecue burger. It's almost like they want me to die. I was like, you could have just asked the girl to just say, excuse me, like, that's not what I ordered. Can I get the salmon? Like, he's like, well, no. And it went off. It just kept,
gosh.
It's just, we went off about meat and dinner choices. Like, that's just one small segment.
Hey, speaking of dinner choices, can you move the screen back to where I can see myself?
Oh, absolutely. You mean like, boom? You like to see yourself? Is that
I just like looking at myself in my blue light blocking glasses while I biohack everything.
Oh, really?
I don't wear glasses. Yeah, these are all for show.
Oh, hold on. We do have a lot in common.
Oh, yours comes in a case. Interesting.
Oh, I have 3 different models.
Guy thinks he's better.
I've had 3. I didn't pay for any of these because I had the founders of the companies on my show.
Oh, so, you think I paid for these?
I know. What do you have? Swannies? Are those Swannies?
No, I'm a big believer in the little guys, the startups.
Well, so this is Swannies.
Okay.
So these are the 100% blockers.
Oh my
god!
To
support the little guy like you're talking about, I had this guy on, and these are his daytime. Like,
look at those.
30%. You can get different color frames. So I got like bright blue just to be different.
Hey, put in a good word for your boy, man. I'd love to get some of those.
We could talk. I'll get you hooked up.
Hey,
I got the connections.
You got the stuff, man.
I got my fiance. I got her pink ones, so I have blue and she's got pink. So.
I would take the pink ones, knowing myself and my loud personality. Imagine.
Oh, I told her if she wasn't going to wear them, that I was going to keep them for myself. So
I almost put in my bio that I was the creator of the hashtag "Dude should wear yoga pants too" movement.
I'm just going to keep wearing these. Yeah, I can't wear skinny jeans, any of that stuff.
Aren't you?
Topic change.
I thought you were going to be like a tights guy.
Oh God, no.
Really?
No. I'm wearing Lululemon workout pants now.
Yeah, you're a Lulu guy. It makes sense.
No. Only because these are their Kung Fu model that they stopped making because they're just nice, roomy, wide-legged.
I know you didn't get those for free.
I have a pro deal. So I'm a CFL1 CrossFit coach. So they give us,
we get 20.
Yeah. Same thing.
Yeah.
So,
I still won't do it. Never have I ever. Never will I ever.
these are pretty comfy. I mean,
I'm a little guy's guy, man.
Wait, you like the skinnies?
No. What I'm saying is like
the
little companies. I try to support those.
Dude, if they would, I do that a lot. If they would actually make something nice and comfortable, I would buy them. The problem is they don't.
I just grind it out.
Yeah. But like that's why I support Pilly Nuts. You know,
they're blowing up.
Now they're billing up, but let's be real. When I had the founder on my show, he was still getting it going.
When was that?
I mean, a year and a half ago.
Yeah. That's when they sent me their stuff.
Yeah, but he was still getting his act together. I think he still lives in Oregon. But you see, even though they're getting bigger, their business model is beautiful because he runs most of the business in the Philippines to get back to the villagers and everything else. So he's not, even though he lives here in the U.S., he's not trying to, I mean, granted, he's got the pilly nut butters and
the nut butters are really good.
Yeah. Now, granted, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about keto here, Bobby. Bobby. What is all of Eat Pilly Nuts keto friendly?
Is it?
No,
nuts are, dude, for me, nuts are dangerous.
No. As far as the product line from Eat Pilly Nuts, would all of their products technically be keto friendly?
I don't know. They've only sent me the keto friendly products.
So there's one that they do. He did. I called him on it in the show. I'm like, bro, I looked at your ingredients on the
which one is it?
On the cacao model. He put like a powdered cacao on them.
Oh, you know what? They sent me that one.
There's a little bit of sugar in that.
Okay. Well,
you gotta read the fine print.
What's the serving size?
Oh, I don't even know. I eat the whole bag. So
I'll just do 30
I don't read everybody.
That's how I justify things.
People laugh at me. They're like, oh, Mr. Scott doesn't eat carbs. I'm like, yeah, dude, it's called vegetables. But then also
there's carbs and
I was like, those are carbs. I was like, there's a different kind of carb. But the other thing is like when it comes to nuts and stuff like this, like I eat till I'm satiated. And that's the event. When you have rich, like healthy fats, like last night, I'm at my fiance's family, her brother and his wife challenged me. Like they see this big slab of beef sitting on my plate. And then Kristen, my fiance, doesn't always eat her whole steak. So she gives me the other half of her steak. So it's
so you're saying there's a good part in having a girlfriend or a fiance.
Eventually, it just takes you I'll be 41 in a few weeks, so it just takes you a little while to find it. But
you're old.
Yeah, I know, right? She drops a slab. She drops a slab onto my plate, and her brother's like, "I dare you eat all that." And I was like, "You have no idea who you're talking to, do you?"
Oh gosh!
Like I will crush 2-3 steaks, but have you heard of Dr. Sean Baker?
So that was the episode I listened to with you guys.
Oh, yeah?
That's how I got introduced to you.
The best part was he knew who I was talking about. I'm like, how do you know? He's like, well, Joe Rogan. I'm like, how do you know Joe Rogan? He's like, I follow Joe Rogan on YouTube. Gosh, and my fiance, that's the only podcast she'll listen to.
Oh, really?
She's like,
did you hear his gosh, now I'm drawing a blank, guy from Tesla.
Oh, yeah. We were discussing that last night as well. The recent political upheaval in the financials of his company. And because his company did take a big hit from that.
Yeah. Word of the day, upheaval. Write that down, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Hashtag upheaval.
Please reference movie producer voice.
Please reference the 2018 downfall of Tesla because of a joint on a live podcast. So,
a huge downfall.
Yeah.
Now they're not going to be able
to. It really was a huge joint too, actually. But I mean,
hey, I'm from California. I walk around, I can't not see that.
No. And to be fair, he did say, he's like, before he even puffed on it, he was like, well, this stuff's legal, right? And he said, yeah, in California. So
yeah, because he brings his guys in, huh? Rogan, he brings his guys sit in studio.
Oh yeah, you've never seen his video work?
I have.
Oh yeah, it's his studio.
I didn't know if it was every episode.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know if Live the Fuel was going to fly me out to East Philly and have me just sit.
Well, as my fiance is kind enough to tell me, she's just like, well, if and when you ever get as big as Joe Rogan, then you can brag to me about your growth. I'm like, I'm not bragging about anything. I'm just saying,
So you just do this for fun?
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, the master plan. I'm literally writing a book right now too. So, did you dig into my background? Do you know why I lived out west?
I know everything about everyone besides you.
I love that. It started like you were going to say, yeah, I know everyone. I was like, no.
No, I've been staring at that bicycle art scripture thingy in the background for the last 21 minutes. Now we can't hear you. Oh gosh, you changed the game. Yeah, so like going back to my original statement of my attention span is like nanoseconds.
Yeah,
like, I'm done now. I want you to know that you've ruined this show for everyone listening.
Oh yeah, okay. Because I just lit up the bike.
I see lights in the background. I'm done. Dude. Like, what just happened? Oh my gosh. So do you want to hear my lunch? What I ate for lunch?
Hold on, real quick. I do want to hear because we are on the let's pause on what I was about to turn into the subject on because we are discussing the power of keto.
You're writing a book.
No. That doesn't.
How much does a whiteboard cost? Because I need one.
That? I don't know. That was like $30-$40, whatever. So I want to get a bigger one.
You want to look at right on the wall.
I'm right. Oh yeah. So your hack is, you ever see those command strips? Like they're like sticky reusable command strips. Yeah, I bought ones that are Velcro, so they Velcro to each other. So I could literally rip this whole thing off the wall right now if I had to. That way I don't ruin the paint.
How cool would it be though if you're at a fair and you put that Velcro suit on and you jump into that little blow up thing and you stick?
I have used that, and it is fun.
I've never done it. I've always been the fat kid.
What? Come on, man.
I never stick. Yeah, I never stick.
Then you got to work on your Velcro. You got to get industrial strength Velcro. Okay.
Well, it's always
they sell it at Home Depot. I bought it.
Home Depot is another dangerous spot that I should probably avoid.
It is, and I know you're not. I mean, I do try and support the little guy. I have a local hardware store that I always try and go to, but whatever they don't have, I got to go. I got to go to the big box. So
let's see if we can talk for this whole hour podcast about nothing like relevant.
Well, we have discussed already a numerous relevant subjects, right? I mean,
I forgot the word of the day already.
Pilly nuts are awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
The fact
biohacking glasses.
Biohacking glasses. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is actually to help your healthy brain cells.
Biohacking. I can't even get my leg up there. Shama sandals.
Oh, dear Lord, you're worse than I am. Okay. And obviously the big subject, which I love that you have in your bio, is the keto piece. Like, listen, this is getting blown up now. NSNG, keto. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're on another fad thing," and I'm like, "It's not a fad thing."
Oh, I love that one when they drop fad.
Right. Like, first of all, you, from what I've already learned about you, are not a fad guy.
Jeez, oh Pete.
Right?
Hey, did you see? Do you know football? Do you know football more than you know baseball?
Yeah.
Did you see Alex Smith's article?
No, not yet. But a buddy of mine was just talking about it. I think he was tweeting about it.
Yeah. So if you want to read a nice little article, it takes probably like 3 minutes.
Okay.
It's Alex Smith understanding the value in a intermittent fasting / ketogenic lifestyle. So
real quick, on that subject, how long have you been experimenting or embracing this in your lifestyle?
About a year and some change.
You're over a year then. Perfect.
Oh, dude, I'm fat adapted to the freaking max, dude.
There you go.
But
so let's go ahead high level, and then we'll dig deeper. Why is it awesome?
For me, I have severe ADD, and in baseball, something that you need to do is focus from pitch to pitch, especially if you're a starting pitcher like myself, who has to focus in on like 100+ pitches every outing. The cognitive benefits for me are second to none in anything and everything that I've tried in my life. Another thing is the ability to not rely on anti-inflammatories. I think as a baseball player, that is literally a tool that's in our back pocket every single day because we're constantly putting our bodies through this. I mean, you know how it is, dude. Like,
well, real quick for the listeners, like, people who aren't hardcore followers of sports?
Yeah.
What is an anti-inflammatory in your world? Like Advil, Tylenol, you know?
Well, yeah, Advil, I guess, is a popular over-the-counter one. For us, it's like a Voltaren. We get those like prescribed by doctors, actually.
Yeah, so that is not over-the-counter level anti-inflammatory. No.
Yeah. Well, think about it, dude. Speaking of over stuff, like we throw over our heads, which is an unnatural motion for the human skeletal body. And doing that
twice.
Oh, let's go. My arm doesn't go straight.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've had what's called an open bank heart reconstruction because the very first time before the first surgery, I dislocated 9 times in 1 year.
Jeez, dude, what are you doing? Stop doing CrossFit burpees.
That was before CrossFit.
kipping pull-ups, like where your shoulders going behind.
No, because now I'm stronger than I've ever been. I mean, that was all before.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You can't be strong on keto.
What are you talking about?
You can't build muscle on keto.
Wait. How are you supposed to have energy? Your body
don't have any muscle glycogen.
Your body needs sugar.
Oh my gosh. Dude, you just blew my mind.
Right?
That bike light is still on.
Yeah, I know.
Does it ever shut off?
Yeah. I gotta help you out. You are the guest co-host. If it's gonna distract you, I'll shut it down.
I just love that you label me as like a co-host. Like usually if a guest comes on my show, it's, hey, you're a guest.
Oh no, that's my brand. Everybody, you all are guest co-hosting my show.
Okay. So why is my screen not the bigger one?
That's on your end because you're equal on my side.
Oh. Anyways.
It could be you apparently have a monitor issue. Your monitor just likes me more.
I think it goes to whatever the better camera is.
I'm looking at
webcam.
It is 50-50 on my monitor. So sorry.
60-40.
Yeah. But the whole keto thing clearly made a major impact in your athletics.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The anti-inflammatory thing because like, dude, every outing. So like out of the bullpen, especially, you're having to like throw back-to-back games and sometimes back-to-back games. And that's 110% intensity. You're going to get sore. Like you can drink all the alcohol, Jack Daniels you want. Like you're still going to wake up the next day pretty sore.
Well, also that's a toxin. So it's not really going to promote healing. It's just going to temporarily.
but it relieves the pain for at the time being.
Well, and to be fair, if you want to be like down to the vernacular, right? It's like, there's your buzzword, vernacular, ladies and gentlemen. Is it really numbing the pain? All you're doing is you're slowing the response of your synaptic pathways in your nervous system by numbing with alcohol.
I love the
new keyword, synaptic. # synaptic.
Word of origin, Calcutta.
You. Wow.
All right. Yeah. So, I mean, I will say, side note, I don't drink anymore on keto. I think the keto lifestyle and that whole optimization of health life I'm living now, like I have no room for it. So everything kind of goes hand in hand. I will say though,
do you feel that alcohol, the physical response to your body, because here's the cool thing. I feel that the ketogenic way does help your body.
So you call it ketogenic.
Respond faster, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
do you feel alcohol is even worse because you're ketogenic and fat adapted? Like, were you feeling worse if you were still trying to drink from time to time while living fat adapted?
Oh no, because I justified it the next day in the weight room.
Okay.
Like I just did extra and burned it off.
Oh, okay.
I've always kind of had that gift though with alcoholism. Like it never really affected me. I don't know if that's a gift or if it's a curse, but I never really went down.
Depending on the person who may hear this, they might be confused. Yeah,
I know. So I'm keto. I should drink.
Yeah, no. Because here's the thing. So connect full circle this conversation back to Vinny Tortorich, right? NSNG. Really, his branded NSNG is keto, right? This was his secret. His whole career being the professional fitness trainer to all the stars in LA. He's like, guys, this was the secret, my trade secret my whole life. I take a famous person or an actress or an actor, and I made them go NSNG. Cut the sugar, cut the grains, because grains are inflammatory to the human body, and boom. People all of a sudden are losing weight, their energy shoots up, you're increasing your healthy fat intake to connect this circle back to you, right? Your brain health. 80% of your brain tissue is fat. Mm-hmm. So if you're not eating sources of healthy fat.
So get this, dude, like as a baseball player, and especially in the minor leagues, like we're not treated that great. It's getting better, I will say. But when I got drafted, it was like all you got to look forward to was for the spread. And what I mean by spread is like the food options on the table when we come in from like taking batting practice.
Right. And what did they give you?
Yeah, we're PB&Js. So my first 2 to 3 years were like all sandwich PB&Js, like all that stuff.
And you're athletes.
And so what you got to understand, and I think another part of like the ketogenic lifestyle was understanding what foods did what and being in tune with your body. And then I started diving into the research of what like the grains actually do to like your gut, and your gut gets inflamed, and then your gut, like all that inflammatory, like disperses throughout your joints and your like everything.
Because it throws off the balance of your healthy gut bacteria.
Yeah.
Or your gut flora, as a book I recently read.
Are we going to start talking about gut microbiomes too?
I got a book right here for it.
I read a book once.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it a microbiome book?
I read at a 3rd grade level.
There you go. Here's the one for your list. Let me see if I get this. The light is so bright. There you go. I'm trying to get her on the show.
I can't read anyone's book that I don't know how to pronounce their name.
Robin Chutkin.
Nope.
Yeah. Author of Gut Bliss. That's an easier name of the book. I like the other one. I've only ever read this one from her.
I think it's fascinating, right? I mean, everything about the human body is so fascinating. I'm obsessed with it. It's almost sickening. Well, I'm obsessed with like feeling great.
Well, let's dig on that subject right there, right? You're obsessed with feeling great.
Yeah.
Once you start unlocking these supposed secrets, right? It's like, why the hell didn't we know this? And
I'll tell you why. Pharmaceutical companies.
Thank you. And why?
Money.
Right. So here's the thing. If we all of a sudden get a clue and we start healing ourselves from the root causes, because here's what I use this on the show all the time. What's a pharmaceutical? It's a drug Band-Aid. It's a pharmaceutical Band-Aid. You're not actually treating the root cause. No, drugs are only
satisfaction.
Yeah. Because also in our culture, especially in North America, we need everything now.
Instant gratification.
Everything's now. Drug. I'm like, no.
Well, it's the same way in the fitness industry as well. I want to have a 6-pack, 8-pack now. I want to squat 315 now. Yeah. I want to do this now. I don't want to
be an athlete, right? Yeah. Muscle programming, cellular reprogramming to build the necessary strength, right? Like, if you're not putting in the reps, with the right amount of timeline, and you try and speed that up, what is the end result for an athlete?
You miss time. You go on the disabled list.
Boom.
And then you're living in a van down by the river.
Wait, what if you like living in a van down by the river?
I'm a van lifer. I almost put that in the bio. I'm a pro van lifer. Yeah.
Oh, I have friends that live in vans. Like they got the nice Mercedes vans.
They got the Sprinters, so you have rich vans.
No. Well, my buddy's got it. My buddy's got an old Sprinter that doesn't look very nice. I'll just say that. So.
But then the inside's like it's a talking car.
No, the one guy, yes. The one guy, yes. The other guy, because he invested real estate on the side. The other guy, no, it's just like he's like this cool kayaker, like outdoorsy nut. So it's all rustic.
Does that segue into our flow state conversation?
We can, because flow is a part of this. Like we've just discussed the nutrition piece, the keto piece, right? The trying to clean up your lifestyle and your diet, as well as brain health. But there is that balance of also that flow state, right? Like, okay. Now, when you say flow state, are you referring to energy?
The Rise of Superman. No.
Okay. What are you referring to?
Have you read the book, The Rise of Superman?
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah.
I have it on audio tape. I almost listen to it every time I get in my car.
Oh, interesting. Now, why do you love listening to that over and over again?
Because it's constant reminders, because I have short-term memory loss.
Okay.
And I bring a pen almost everywhere I go, and I just have this stack of paper that I can jot down. Like,
dude, this is so real. You're not BSing. Like, you literally have short-term memory loss.
Oh,
all because of the.
I was joking.
Well, no, I didn't think that. But
like
you pulling out the giant stack of papers is interesting.
Dude, there's so much. Listen to this, man. Like, it's 2018. There's so much good information at the tips of our fingers. And like, all we have to do is like dive in and then write it down and then apply it and then experiment with it and then learn and grow. And
so here's a full circle question.
I'm going to fly.
You say is that one of the reasons why you launched your podcast?
Yes.
Now,
yes. And I love talking.
Okay. Well, trust me, my fiance's like, this definitely fits you because you don't shut up.
My outlet.
Exactly.
I love it. Now, did you read the bio in my podcast?
Of course I did.
I got kicked out of a lot of class when I was in school.
Yeah. Well, I got thrown out of school a few times. Out of school suspension, in school suspension. I don't think I've actually mentioned that on the show yet.
I want to know what high school version of you was like with no blue light blocking glasses.
With my royal blue frames. So yeah. Actually, hold on real second, ladies and gentlemen.
Are we throwing up a TBT?
A TBT possibly, but no, real quick on the podcast piece. So again, I didn't actually read the entire podcast bio. I read his regular bio, but again, He got kicked out of class a lot for talking too much. Well, here's my outlet. Listen in as I talk with athletes, entrepreneurs, biohackers, trainers, nutritionists, animals. Wait, what? That's what you were talking about earlier. I'm going to be an animal maybe. So this is the result when you mix a loud personality with intelligence. So I love that piece on there. It's cool. So I had to share that again. And then obviously you got to follow this guy on Instagram because he's got 22.4 thousand
I
followers.
went to 0.4. Wow,
Yeah.
Something cool must have happened just now.
Oh, what were you at before?
I thought I just reached like 22.
Oh, well, you're approaching
How cool is
22 and a
that
half
picture?
now, man.
How cool is that picture, dude? I risked my life to take that.
Hold on. I got a better picture of that because you sent that to me. It's in my project management system here.
Oh, is it blown up?
Wow, wait for it.
You put my name as Bobby. I love that.
I literally, I don't know why.
Look at that guy.
Yeah. So I'm sharing, for the listeners, I'm sharing a photo of him on top of a California ridgeline.
That's insane.
Literally climbing and mounting a large metal pole.
And who puts a pole there to mount on,
that?
obviously? I don't know. I think
there was something mounted on that. That might have been like
a flag,
a weather station or something. I don't know.
Maybe my antenna for my podcast when I did it up there.
Great shot though.
I should have flexed.
You asked me like why I had so many injuries, like because it's that kind of crap. I'm an adrenaline junkie, so.
Oh, I almost put that too, but I have to be conscious of putting stuff like that
because you're a pro athlete.
Yeah, I could be under contract.
Yeah, like if I was a pro athlete and they find out that I'm skydiving all the time or doing mountain bike races, or
I just did a mountain bike individual experiment race. I wanted to know how fast I can go down this certain hill, but the hill was almost like 60% gravel, and gravel's not sturdy.
No, it is not.
Hashtag flow.
Yeah, back to your flow.
You can force flow when you're scared. Do you know that?
Yes, that I've done many times. Do you want to know how?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Because I got to serve as a hotshot wildland firefighter out west.
Oh, I just saw that movie of those hot shots.
I knew 17 of the 19.
Man, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Well, no, it's cool. So that movie was set in 2010 and 2011. One of the fires that they mentioned in the movie that they were serving on was called the Horseshoe Fire.
Yeah.
I was on that fire in the same division with them. So that movie's very tight with me.
So did they do a good job with the movie?
Whew. It's funny because every time I talk about it, my hair stands up on my arm.
Absolutely.
I was worried. That was actually the biggest thing when I heard they were going to make a movie. Yeah. Because when I served, it was only for 2 years, but it changed my life. This is like going into the book. Okay. And I was taught by career hotshots. Like hotshots are the elite. Like it's humbled the shit out of me. Right. And because I was like, oh, I thought some badass marathon running, whatever. And they're like, no, dude, put your head down, dig in the dirt, shut up. You're a rookie. Oh, by the way, when you come back for your second year, you're a snooki, a second-year rookie. I'm sure you get that in the pro sports world.
Sure. Not dig your head in the dirt, but yeah.
Well, I mean the whole snooki thing.
Sure.
But the point is that, yes, you learn a lot, and yes, you might be one of the top performers, but that does not mean you know everything, and we all need to count on each other to get through this together. That's one of the biggest takeaways I got out of it. And, the movie concerned me at first, but they did a decent job. They had some really impressive actors and actresses in it. That's what surprised me.
They did.
And obviously the movie, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about is called Only the Brave.
Yeah.
And
Josh Brolin's great.
That dude, I already thought he was cool, and then I saw that role, and I was like, all right, I got a bromance going on here. There's
and then you saw Avengers and you hated him.
Yeah, what's up with that? No, I did not like that.
So should we spoil the whole movie?
Only the Brave or the Avengers?
Avengers.
I think people have seen it now.
They have to, right? There's people. I know people though that won't pay to go see it in movie theaters.
I see. That's one of the takeaways from my firefighting days was when we finally got days off, and I got tired of like camping and living with 20 other dudes on the side of the mountain. So I would just go to a theater by myself.
Dude, that's a direct correlation to baseball. Like
really?
Like to a T. Dude, really? Look at it. Like we're in a clubhouse with a bunch of naked dudes like all day. And we're with these guys from, we may play at 7:00 at night and get done at 10, but we get to the field at like noon and we don't leave the field till like midnight. So we're there all day, and we're with the same people almost every single day. So, and we don't have many.
You don't think about that, but
no one thinks about it like that. That's why I love expressing it and talking about it, because it's like people go, wow, that's actually really interesting. I want to write a book too. I just don't have the attention span to sit down and do that.
I got a hack for that for you anyway.
Adderall?
No, I had there's ghostwriters. They'll like write for you. They just
Nick Cage.
Huh?
Nicolas Cage. He played in Ghost Rider.
Oh, no, Ghost Rider.
It's a Marvel show.
That was Ghost Rider, not Ghost Writer. Like
writer.
Yeah, like someone who would write on your behalf. And they basically just set up calls with you, and they take you through it.
Yeah, like I mean, but then I would just talk and talk and talk, and the guy would quit.
Or he would finish your book for you.
I guess, yeah. Glass half full, right?
Right? Like you got to find a way around that.
Perception.
And since you like
is always the way.
So since you like to talk, when I'm driving in my car, that's how I'm writing my book. I'm using an app that transcribes my words and then sticks them into a text file, and then that becomes a chapter. So
yeah, but what happens when they like mess up the word that you use?
You still got to go back and do editing. It's not 100%, but it's progress, because I can't sit down and write. I'm like you, dude. My brain runs a mile a minute. Dude? Yeah, like
I'm a perfectionist.
Full circle.
That's why editing sucks.
First circle back to your point on flow state. I've hacked ways to get into my flow state better, so I can flow. But
are you flowing right now?
Oh, I'm flowing. When I'm podcasting, I'm flowing, bro. Like,
dude, that's why I love podcasting.
Right?
That's like, what are we on? Like minute 20 right now, and I just started talking.
Minute 46.
Stop.
No.
Really?
Yeah. That doesn't include the first 5 to 10 minutes of you and I talking before we hit record. See, this is the point of a co-hosted two-way conversation show.
I feel like we haven't talked about anything.
You talked about a lot. I mean,
I had 2.5 pounds of ribeye for lunch, and I didn't even say it yet.
Yeah, I know, right? We just did.
Well, had to get it out.
Because I already talked about steaks earlier from last night. So you had.
I know. I was trying to segue to it, but
here you go. Here's your man crush photo from 2000. Like, I took this was June 5th, 2010.
They had cameras back then?
There's me and my Pulaski.
Look at you, dude. That doesn't even look like you, honestly.
Right?
How cool did you think you were right here?
Well, I was a rookie there. So
you thought you were the worst person ever?
Well, and look, you see these pants? Are you left-handed? Yeah, I am left-handed. Okay. So you see how the pants are so clean and dark green, and this yellow, after like a couple of fires, like turns like black. So yeah, that was like early in the season, still figuring shit out.
Where are you here?
This is in the mountains of Arizona. Like you can see the ridge line behind me.
What was the hottest it got up to?
There? I don't know about there, but I mean, the hottest fire I fought was like 115, 120 degrees.
Now, do you feel the hotness at the time or no? You're a stud. You got to bring the beard back.
I told my fiance, hold on, there's the beard right there, Grand Canyon.
Okay, I take that back. Don't bring it back.
She said, she's like, you look like the freaking Unabomber.
Hold on, look at the bottom right.
Yeah, see, that's her.
I love that. You go hashtag beard life.
And then she goes, don't even think about
it.
Welcome to relationships.
Oh, man.
I figured you would appreciate that because you have the rockin' beard. Yeah, I will tell you, though, I have girlfriends of mine that are friends of mine. They love beard.
Can't say that on air, man.
You will find ladies, when you have the patience for them, to embrace your beard.
Oh, there's so many out there.
Oh, God.
You know what it is nowadays, though? I don't know if you're in touch with society and you're living in your van or what, but
I did not live in a van. But I do have more square footage in my garage than my house, so I like to hang out there a lot.
Dude, I would too, man.
3,000 square feet of garage.
What is that? What that doesn't even classify as a garage, though, right? I mean, that classifies as a house.
Possibly.
That's bigger than my apartment.
When you start building a CrossFit gym in there, a mountain biking shop, a ski shop, and I'm renting space out to people who have nicer cars than me. So, yeah.
So how much weight do you have on your own?
What, like, in there?
like kettlebells, bumper plates, racks?
We picked up a basic set of bumper plates. So it's not built, because I still go to CrossFit gyms. My friends own 2 of them. So I'm at CrossFit gyms every week. And
Sure.
but then when I
like
don't,
the environment.
but when I still like to immerse myself in the culture, right? But
Write that down.
yeah, it's like buzzword central today.
Love it.
But the point is that, yeah, if I'm in a hurry, or especially if I'm doing kettlebell training, because I have the official, like world-class kettlebells, like not the Americanized ones, the ones that actually have the full proper boxed handle, like the ones that are in proper kilogram weight, like the insides of them are actually hollowed out, because a friend of mine is a world champion.
Yeah. Kettlebell Kings?
No, but
I'm
another
trying
company.
to partner with them right now.
Kettlebells USA is the competitor to them.
I got you.
And my friend, she's Team USA Masters athlete. She's competed all over the world, winning gold medals in kettlebell competitions.
Now you can, if you wanted to give my number to one of your friends that's a girl, that one could be a potential.
Well, she's a little older though. I mean, she's a Masters athlete. So, I mean, I think she's in her 50s. No offense. I mean,
what are you trying to say? I'm wise beyond my years.
Know
what's the thing I'm trying to do right now is hack my biological age.
Well, to be fair, you are.
I know Ben Greenfield does a lot of that, like hacking stuff, and he tests it. I don't know how to
This is good for, ladies and gentlemen, good full circle. You might think we have ADD right now, but this is all connecting up. So the advantage of actually improving your healthy lifestyle, because we talk about health, business, and lifestyle on this show. So the point of hacking and improving your health is that you literally can be healthier at the biological level than your physical age. So I do need to get that test done, because I think
you got to do it. Yeah.
I'm probably in my 30s. I'm 40. I'll be 41 in a few weeks. I got to be like 31. I don't know.
You got to be. I know that's got to be an expensive test, huh?
I don't know, because here's something fun. Have you done 23andMe?
No, because I'm a cheapskate.
Here's your hack.
$120, right?
All right, here's your hack. So I had a geneticist on my podcast. Shout out to Dr. Anthony J. So he said, all right, here's what you do. Because he's doing like cellular research with the Mayo Clinic right now.
Write this down. I got my paper.
You buy the cheapest 23andMe test they offer. So it's like the which I think is just your genealogical crap. So you don't get to unlock the health data, because he's like, their health data is bullshit. It's all surface level. Then you can, once you have an account and they've run your genetics on the swab test stuff, it's all in the database. They just haven't unlocked all the reports. You haven't paid for all the reports yet. So what he does then is you can go into the account and export the raw data file. I didn't even know it's free. You just go in and export the raw data file, and I sent it to him. And then he runs a full supplemental and dangerous chemicals analysis on you at the biological level.
Dude.
It tells you exactly what vitamins, minerals, and chemicals to be absorbing and avoiding. And I'm like, blew my mind. Now, granted,
and you've done it, and you've been doing it.
Oh, he already.
I'm saying like you put a lot of stock into that though, and then you change your lifestyle to avoid the certain things.
And here was the best part. I'd already been like you, hacking myself so much and like studying myself.
This is an efficient way to do it.
It reinforced a lot of the stuff I already knew. Like he's like, oh, well, at the genetic level, you're an endurance athlete. Like, well, yeah, I do 100+ mile bike rides. So I already know that. Yeah. I've run marathons. I already know that. But it reinforced like the genetic markers. I also am obsessed with caffeine and coffee. We joked around about that earlier, right?
Oh, yeah. We haven't even got
There's a genetic marker for that. I, at the genetic level, can process and consume caffeine 50% faster than most people.
Is that why I can go to sleep after I consume coffee?
Possibly.
They say that's an ADD thing, you know.
Okay, then maybe I have ADD. Whatever. The point is, I love coffee. So
what do? I take the test and send it to this guy that doesn't even know me?
Oh, yeah. He has a website and everything. You should go watch. Tell you what, either listen or watch. He's been on the show multiple times.
What's his name?
Dr. Anthony J.
Okay, I've listened to him.
And he's on Instagram and stuff too. But I had him on the show a couple of times. We actually, the first time he was on, we tore apart the American Heart Association with their inaccuracies on coconut oil.
Did you hear that new study that came out? Apparently it's going to kill us.
Oh yeah, apparently. Yeah. Like apparently naturally sourced healthy fats that have been around forever are going to kill us. Yeah. Not the manufactured sugar crap.
Make sure we consume canola oil. I don't even know how to say it. Vegetable oil, soybean oil.
which when heated become carcinogenic.
Our bodies can't even like digest that.
Again, going back to gut flora. Again, full circle, ladies and gentlemen. Gut flora, gut health.
I think it's funny how we put a lot of weight like a couple of years back into the whole high fructose corn syrup.
But we didn't know any better. We were listening to the marketing.
And now, like, there's something way worse out there, and everyone's just like, "Oh man, these potatoes that I cooked and this."
You're gonna fall in love and bromance my boy Vinny Tortorich then, because
I probably will.
Well,
I do that a lot with people.
So here's why he became a client. You know what crowdfunding is?
I mean, I can assume by just the word.
Well, like Indiegogo.com and Kickstarter.com, like you can people can like put a few bucks in and help crowdfund something.
Yeah.
So
GoFundMe?
Yep, GoFundMe.
Yeah, okay.
So on Indiegogo, we set a goal to raise at least $150,000 to create the first documentary of its kind on healthy fats. Because all these other documentaries are coming out right now that are paid for by vegans supporting, like, you know, you probably have seen them all. It's Cowspiracy and What the Health is the most recent one. That was
that one.
Biggest load of crap. Anyway. So he has already finished recording the movie. People could still donate to the movie. We moved it into an in-demand mode, so we already hit our goal. He's already making the movie. Like, we finished it a few months ago, and he's already finished filming. Like, people like Dr. Drew are going to be in there. All the big keto doctors like Dr. Gerber, they're all in this movie. So
D'Agostino?
I don't know. I'm not sure if that's on the list or not. But I love D'Agostino. Like, the problem is there's so many people, you can't get everybody in. But like, you ever hear of Nina Teicholz?
Yeah, but you got to have like people from each. Like threshold of like the ketogenic muscle building, the ketogenic cognitive people, like the ketogenic, just, you know, people doing it for certain things. I think you have to have like kind of one from each little platform.
Well, the beauty is he's brought in a lot of world-class people that were just down at Low Carb Low Carb USA down in San Diego
or something.
That's where he did a lot of the video work. Besides doing it, he set up another video place in his house. Point is, by 2019, the end of this year, he's going to release Fat, a documentary. That's the name of it.
Netflix buy it?
Well, you got to release it first. Then you got to impress Netflix. Like, you know, unless you got vegan money that can then pay all that off, you know, and just bribe people. When you got vegan money, man, because here's the thing. When I joke around about vegan money, I have friends that are vegans. Nothing against your lifestyle choice. Sure. What I'm joking around about vegan money means money coming from these grain companies. Yep. They're all reinforcing that with their multi-million-dollar budgets. So it's not necessarily vegan money. It's pharmaceutical and grain company money, sugar company. These are all multi-billion-dollar industries. Am I wrong on this?
Dude, it all makes sense, man, because American society, we're so lazy, and cereal is the way to go in the morning, man, when you don't feel like doing anything.
Eggs and bacon. Eggs and bacon.
See, I love cooking. I said in my bio, I'm a wannabe chef.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've dabbled a little bit on my page, but there's some good cooking things in there. I even made some videos of some eating challenges.
Did you put that stuff on the website?
Not my website, my Instagram.
Oh yeah, I was going to say, because actually, let's go ahead and show the Instagram again, ladies and gentlemen, because
sure. Go ahead.
He does have not just the big following, but I like.
Whoa, he's back.
You know, I like is this deviled eggs? What is this?
No, we got some muffins that were supposed to be pancakes, but I didn't want to wait too long, so I put them in.
How the heck did you make keto muffins? Because that looks like bread, man.
Dude, yeah, it's cream cheese, eggs, butter.
They're like a quiche almost.
Yeah,
eggs in there.
Protein powder, almond
cream
flour,
cheese, eggs. All right, there you go.
So good, dude. And I put obviously a little bit of Cool Whip. I try to stay away from carrageenan, but
well, you should just make your own heavy whipping cream.
Click that one in the middle. No, one more down.
Oh, one more down.
I mean, you can watch that.
He does post fitness videos. So
yeah, I got.
There you go. See, that's when you know you're a man. No offense, ladies and gentlemen, but when you got a grill, that's how you know.
Look at my kettlebells. Check me out here. Play.
And you got the kettlebells behind there. I like that.
Can you play that?
Yeah, hold on. I don't think you're able to hear it, but
yeah,
I can hear
it. I'm just saying, like, I started this hashtag September accountability. I'm tagging all my friends, trying to keep them accountable to live.
Are you literally?
Listen to this. Look at this guy.
You're cleaning and squatting your kettlebells while flipping meat on the grill.
That's bacon wrapped chicken.
Oh. Dudes can wear yoga pants. Yoga pants. So you might not be able to hear that, but I think our listeners can, because I can hear it on my end. So
yeah, I can't hear it.
That's fine. Well, you made the video, so I think you know what's in it.
I think look at that form.
Yeah, that was good form.
Yeah, so down here we just got a bunch of freaking protein. Have you had? I mean, you obviously have messed around with pork belly. Pork belly is a big thing. I'm crushing. Look at that one right here. This is a carb backload right here down to the left. Yeah, this is because I'm doing a little cyclical approach.
See, I don't believe in any carb backloading, but what do you mean by carb backload? Oh, they're veggies. Okay, never mind. Bacon wrapped chicken, veggie. Oh, by the way, have you ever made sweet potato tots yourself?
Yeah,
awesome.
I just had 2 pounds of sweet potatoes. It's good.
There we go. Let's play that.
It's
I like the background music.
Yeah, so you can hear it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I can hear it. Like
little Primal Kitchen shout out right there with their mayo, healthy mayo choices.
What is that?
Oil. Those are veggie tots, and then we got bacon wrapped chicken.
Oh yeah.
And then I
like the veggie tots. What's in the veggie tots? Just like
broccoli.
Oh, let me stop that because I can't even hear you. All right, what's in the veggie tots?
It's like a broccoli like mix thing.
Okay.
I don't know. You can see them in this picture actually right here to the left. This is like my vertical dieting here. Little Stan effort.
Right here. The no minute rice, but
I know people will give me crap about that.
Yeah, Vinny would not like you.
I know, but it was on sale.
I will. I tell you though, man. Again, all grains. If you remove that, you're gonna get even more better dude, your gut bacteria, everything. You're gonna love it. Trust me,
dude. I've been responding very well to the cyclical approach. I don't know. I'm like in a toss up right now of how I should go about moving forward.
Grains are grains. That's the thing.
True.
And again, here's my thing. You're already doing more transition than most people do, right? So that's why, like, even like my fiance has slowly cut back too. And she's like, well, I'm never going to give it all up. I'm like, I'm not asking you to do anything. This is your life. You make your decisions. All I'm going to do is like, listen, when people look at me and they think it's crazy because I can eat 2 whole steaks and not die. Right. Oh, and by the way, I donate blood every 8 weeks and I have amazing blood work. And they're like, oh, you must have amazing genetics. I'm like, no, everybody in my family is overweight and obese.
That's great.
Don't give me this genetic crap. Okay.
So
I earned this.
I partnered with a company that does like blood paneling through, like they just send it to your house. It's called Everly Well. You can find.
Oh, I've heard of them.
Yeah. And so I did the first blood panel. This is during my carnivore experiment, my four week.
Anthony wants that data too. He wants the swab test stuff from 23andMe, and he says a perfect analysis would include your blood panel stuff too.
Okay.
He could dig into all that.
So I could give him that as well.
Oh yeah. Like that was something I missed when he did my analysis. I didn't have blood work done. I still haven't gotten around to doing that yet.
Oh, so you haven't done like any labs yet?
Advanced lab work? No, I've done.
How
like
much stock do you put into labs?
Well, my chiro, she's really intelligent and she's got a ton of background. So she said, Scott, when you're ready, she's like, I have a partnership with a lab, and she's like, I can do a couple $100 and we'll send it all in and get all your blood stuff done. So I'm open to it.
So again, like how much weight would you put into that? Because I know Sean Baker did his, and like,
the whole cholesterol thing.
Testosterone.
I think it's this. If you are trying to analyze something with no data versus something that with data, some data is better than no data. So
I think the markers are going to be off regardless, because it's like we are.
Oh, the last time I donated blood, according to that, because like again, the blood donating place don't know. Like they're giving you a surface level HDL LDL analysis. So like my cholesterol is looking higher. But people don't understand that your body actually requires healthy cholesterol. So for example, if for some reason I went off of eating healthy cholesterol, my cholesterol will still spike because now my body has been triggered to start trying to figure out how to make its own. Because that's what your body will do.
Yeah. That's another thing that I've learned throughout this process is just how incredible the body is.
Yeah.
Dude, the body is incredible, man.
But like literally last night, my future sister-in-law, she tried telling me, she's like, there's no way you can just survive on meat like Sean Baker does. I'm like, well, he's been doing it for almost 1.5 to 2 years. But I was like, okay, please explain. She's like, well, there's essential vitamins and minerals that you have to have. I'm like, yes, more reason to justify meat consumption, because the big argument on the vegan lifestyle is that you cannot derive the necessary values of B12. B12 is an animally derived protein. And she's like, no, it's not. It's like, what do you mean? No, it's not. And she's like, no, B12 is not an a protein source vitamin. I'm like, you might need to go find some new websites, girl. Like,
what about carnitine? How would they get like,
right.
How would they get like any branched chain amino acids?
Yeah. BCAAs. Hello, people. And everybody's
they have to supplement like a bunch, right?
Well, that is the argument that Vinny uses. He's like, listen, he's like, I have clients that are vegans. I support that. But he's like, listen, before supplementation came into existence,
yes,
there was physically no way to live an entire life in veganism. You have to supplement in that lifestyle. I'm sorry.
Optimal life.
And I agree with him. It's like, listen, I respect people's spiritual choices, people who love animals. I have a good friend of mine. She just won. I just found out like yesterday, she just won her age at the Granite Games, which is a massive CrossFit competition out in the Midwest. And now she qualifies to go to the CrossFit Games. So, wow. And she's vegan, but I also know she supplements like crazy because you can't source everything the human body requires.
Now, here's my question. Do we know from any like data that a high source of supplementation could be bad for the body, that it starts not making it its own? Because that's the whole thing with exogenous ketones,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Like you consume a lot of exogenous ketones and then your liver stops producing more.
Right, which is why I've never consumed exogenous ketones.
Okay.
I've never done it. So I'm like, well, it's like, if I'm truly developing a healthy, sustainable lifestyle, I shouldn't have to. And here's the thing, I do take supplements, right? I have protein and I mean, I don't know if, I mean, this isn't the point of this show, but like, I'm a big isogenics guy. Teach your own. You want to go get your supplements from whatever company? I don't care. I'm just saying I've been using them for over a decade. So when I was firefighting is when I found them. Yeah. But to your point,
link in the show notes.
But to be a supporter of what you're talking about, yeah, I do it because I want convenience. And also, I also know as a farm kid, because I grew up on a farm.
Oh, you're lucky.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
Makes sense.
Our soil is not what it was when I was a kid. No. We have raped our soils in this country, especially North America. So it's like, guys, I know without being a scientist that the mineral density of the soil that our supposed crops are going to fuel our bodies off of is not what it was. There is studies that have tested spinach from 15, 20 years ago compared to what it is today. You would have to eat 9 to 12 bowls of spinach to equal the same nutrient density of 15, 20 years ago, right?
What do you tell the person that gets completely overwhelmed? Because I've learned within my journey that
everybody who's listening to this episode, who are still listening, is already overwhelmed.
No, but here's my thing. And this is something that I like to bring up in my shows is like, the more that I dive into research and the more that I become obsessed over information and data, the more that I realize like there's so much more that I don't know.
Well,
you know what I mean?
That excites me actually, because I had a couple of doctors on my show a while back and they're friends of mine. And I met them thanks to the isogenics world, but they're not just, isogenics people, they're doctors.
Right.
The point is they said, listen, we all need to take accountability and responsibility to become our own. Here's their tagline: become your own inner physician. Like, take responsibility for your health and stop living blind. Like, just start studying. Yes, it's going to be overwhelming, right? But you're going to keep learning and the process gets better. And then you become hooked on it like you and I. Like, we're obsessed.
I think a lot of people don't want to do that because how many freaking arguments have you had to get in over like this lifestyle?
Oh, I've had to soften up. I've had to like let it go. I'm like, like even my fiance's like, Scott, she's like, you're a podcaster and everything else. She's like, you got to develop a thicker skin. And I'm a sales and marketing professional and I've got a pretty thick skin, but this is something that I care a lot about. And
good thing I'm an athlete and I'm used to that. I'm used to getting
right. Yeah, everybody's busting you guys. Like you guys can't do it. You guys can't do anything right.
I can't make a post on Instagram without getting yelled at.
Right? What's up with that?
I don't know. My beard's too red.
My beard is too red. Well, if I grew my beard out, it'd be all salt and pepper right now anyway. So at least you got one color.
That's all right. Hey, so what do you tell the people that are like, okay, so our soil's bad. Now what do we do? Okay, so do we go grass-fed? Do we go grass-finished? Do we do this?
Then people are like, well, yeah, you go grass-fed and make sure it's an organic farm. And I'm like, organic farming does not guarantee you the same nutrient density as 15, 20 years ago. It's called organic farming. If you swear to stop using chemicals and everything else, great, you're going to start rehabbing that soil. But it's going to take years to recover and rebuild that soil content.
Are you a grass-fed, grass-finished guy when you eat beef?
Yeah.
Are you eating organ meat?
No, I want to get more of that. That'd be awesome. But I'm a bone marrow guy. I make my own bone marrow.
Oh, you do? Crock pot it?
Crock pot it. Now, the faster way is I got to get one of those pressure cookers.
Yeah, the Instant Pots.
Yeah, Instant Pots. Yeah. Because my friend, another cookbook for you, more takeaway. So she's the guest star on Vinny's podcast. She wrote an amazing cookbook you'll love called Eat Happy. It's because she suffers from celiac disease.
Yeah.
So she created a completely sugar-free, grain-free cookbook. And it's gone viral in the keto world too. So
I can create that. It's called Go Get Ribeyes and Throw Them on the Grill.
Well, yeah, but she's got like all kinds of zucchini squash recipes, like, spiralizing this and that.
I do that too.
By the way, her deviled eggs recipe off the charts.
Good.
Love
big
it.
Deviled egg guy.
I grew up on deviled eggs.
Same. I'm a big fan.
People underestimate the power.
So you are grass-fed, grass-finished. You put a lot of weight into that?
I can, but even like Sean Baker will tell you, like, dude, it gets expensive, right? So he's still doing whatever it takes to eat his 3 steaks at a sitting.
I think you can manipulate that with training, though, right? I mean, that's kind of how we justify things.
Yeah. Like, I mean, here's the thing. The beef in my freezer right now is I tried out one of those meat shipment companies just now, but
What'd you try?
This last batch came from
US
Strauss.
Wellness? Oh, okay.
No, Strauss Meats. And then because Vinny has a new promo code because they just became a sponsor, I'm about to try Crowd Cow. So you can literally crowdsource your meat. It's awesome. So
write that down. Crowd Cow?
Crowd Cow. And actually write down Crowd Cow. I think it should be crowdcow.com/Vinny will be your discount code. You'll save money. Because I haven't used it yet because I have to use it. But the point is that
everyone listening just like went, oh, boom.
Yeah, but that's the point. It's like, guys, like I'm not going to hide my little secrets. Now, granted, right now my cow is finishing getting raised, and I'll get that probably in January-ish.
Now you'll get that all at once. I
only bought in on a quarter. So yeah, I get a quarter.
That's still, how many pounds is that?
Depends on how the cow dresses out, but I mean it's basically $700 to $800 of beef. Yeah.
So $700 to $800 per cow or per quarter?
No, per quarter.
See,
which works out to be when I did the math last time, it worked out to be about $3.99 a pound. But that's across the whole playing field, from the fillet to the ribeye to the ground beef. Like,
you're getting all of it. That's the way to go.
And I make them give me the bones because they say, well, nobody asked for the bones. I'm like, I want the bones. Like, I'm going to make me some bones.
Oh, so then they separate the bones for you?
No, everything is already vacuum packed, ready to go. Like 1 pound packages, ground beef. The steaks.
Now you got to have 3 freezers.
No, I just have 1 big chest freezer.
And that fits all in that?
Yeah. It's only a quarter.
This is Crowd Cow we're talking about.
No. Sorry. This is my cow being raised here in Pennsylvania.
Oh, so you have oh my gosh.
I'm blowing your mind right now.
No, because this is stuff that I looked into. I didn't know.
It's the way I grew up. Like
I know.
My dad would come home. We had 2 chest freezers in the garage when I was a kid on the farm. Yeah. He'd come home from 2 different trips from the butcher. The whole pickup truck is full of meat.
Oh,
it was like he had a pig slaughtered. We'd had a cow slaughtered. Like, that was the way I grew up, dude. Like, we were stocked for the winter. It was awesome.
So what is like the you growing up diet look like? I mean, you obviously
I was in charge. So I sold eggs on the side of the road. I had 30 hens. I drank raw goat's milk through a coffee filter because we had Nubian goats that I would milk. We'd have our own beef that we had slaughtered. And then I had a 1/4-acre garden that I had to manage, and my mom would can all the vegetables that we didn't eat in the mason jars. So our whole basement was full of canned vegetables. So everything that's like badass today, that's like, oh, it's organic, grass-fed, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, that's just the way I grew up.
That's how you grew up, yeah.
But
and make sure you rub it in, man. I grew up on the road.
Here's the truth. This is what people need to hear, ladies and gentlemen, is that just because I grew up that way doesn't mean my family has a clue. We moved away from that. We don't have a farm anymore. My dad is now a type 2 diabetic. He wasn't a type 2 diabetic 10 years ago. I've had to forcefully try and get him to go back to the old ways. He's down to 1 medication, But I guarantee you, because I'm not at my parents' house, because my mom's overweight, she's walking around with a walker. I love her. She'll never listen to the show. But the point is that I was like, they know it. And I've had to give up. I've had to back off. You wanted to ask how I talk to people about this. I can't. All right. I can't. I now have YouTube. I have podcasts. If you want to make a change, go listen to a freaking show. You can either agree with me or not agree with me. I don't have the time to waste on even my own family who don't want to listen. Mm-hmm. They have to take accountability for their own health and want to make the change. That's it.
I think that's something we've learned here today. # take accountability.
Right? Like you have taken accountability to learn how to remove inflammation as a pro athlete. I've taken it just because I like feeling better.
I mean, why wouldn't you, right? Like, why wouldn't you? Why? This is my question to American society. Why would you not want to get out of bed or get off the floor, depending on where you sleep at night, and not feel great?
It's a great question.
If you have like that ability, right? Like we all have the inner ability to achieve that, so why don't we accomplish that?
So I'll role play with you right now. But Robby, why would I give up pizza? Pizza's awesome.
So yeah, it's feeling great has a cost, and it goes back to what are you willing to do to pay that cost?
Well, I don't know if I could ever give up on bread. I mean, it's bread. It's everywhere. Why would I give it up?
Then don't. Yeah, then that's what I'm saying. Like that's and then don't come to me later and say like, oh hey, like I see you pulling 550 off the floor. Like, what are you supplementing or something? It's like, no, I'm not supplementing.
Are you deadlifting 550?
Oh, I can easily.
You SOB. I haven't tested my PR in a while. I think the last time I tested it was like 375. But that's
you're a marathoner though.
Well, I don't.
Yeah, I'm a high power output athlete.
Oh yeah, you guys are in the sprints and everything. Yeah.
Well, everything's like, we're manipulating explosiveness. Yeah. A lot of plyometrics, a lot of.
Well, I mean, I do a lot of explosive training in CrossFit, but again, I always lead more towards like every Sunday. My other buddy's CrossFit gym, he does hero WODs that are in honor of fallen military, fallen police. Yeah. So those are always like the ridiculous workouts that everybody is dying in, and I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Like 45 minutes to an hour straight. Bring it.
Dude, I don't know how you guys do that CrossFit stuff, man.
Well,
I follow a lot of CrossFit people on Instagram. I like the motivation. But those like workout is like no rest, 12 rounds.
No, but not every workout is that good programming is a rotation. Like people see the posts because most people just post their extreme stuff. And I'm like, guys, like not every workout can always be that. Like you have to rotate. That's the point. The fundamentals of, because I'm a CFL1 certified CrossFit trainer. Like it is the biggest key component there is constantly variable. So, which is key in your athletics as well, like constantly variable transitions and movements. And I'll always making sure that form and technique come first, right? You have to. Like the weight can't come first. The form and technique have to come first.
How many people get that wrong in CrossFit?
Well, yeah. You really think you're able to, come around tomorrow and start deadlifting over 500 like you? No, you better number one get the form and technique.
You guys do it so fast. Like you guys, like everything's so fast.
But like how much do you weigh, dude?
Well, I'm in bulk. I'm in #bulk season, man. So
okay.
I'm like I just did an InBody today.
I like the InBody system. That's pretty accurate, actually.
Yeah, it is good. You know what's great is it's very similar to my scale, my Fitbit scale.
Oh, impressive.
229.5, so 230.
Oh yeah. So now I'm 6'4" and 195.
Yeah, I was 6'4" in 8th grade.
Hey, are we talking about pounds? 64 pounds?
Oh, dude. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I just see a lot of you guys, like, I'm not trying to discriminate on the CrossFit community. It's just, I think you got a lot of individuals in that community get the idea wrong behind where they're positioning their body while having a heavy load.
Well, again, that comes back to they better have good coaches, right? So it's like the same thing to you guys. Like if you got a half-ass coach, if you're at a half-ass facility with a half-ass coach with half-ass programming, then you're probably going to have a bad experience in CrossFit. You could potentially get injured. This is the bad reputation.
Have you been injured while CrossFitting?
No.
Wow, that is impressive. How many years?
8.
How does your lower back feel?
Amazing.
So you feel great.
Oh yeah.
How many hours of sleep do you get? You track?
8.
Are you
I'm religious.
Are you getting any data within your training protocols?
I go off of what I feel.
Okay.
Like I care about how I feel. Like it's funny because people are like, dude, you haven't worked out in 2 days. It's like, I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
But then I'll come back in and I'll get done doing, because no less than 4 times a year, I do 2 back-to-back 48-hour full fasted states. So I time them on my rest days. So I do full fasting.
How many days out of the month are you doing that?
No. I'm doing that at the minimum, once a quarter. So once every 3 to 4 months. Yeah. And I'll do 2 back-to-back 48-hour sessions in that month. So I learned that from the isogenics days because they're famous for their nutritional cleansing. So it's fasting, but you're making sure you're still putting the key supplementations in that your body needs while you're in that fasted state.
Are you doing that still?
Oh God, yeah.
You're supplementing while fasting?
Well, not like proteins and shit. No, right. I mean, like I'm taking theirs is a source from the Ayurvedic way from India. So like there's certain key like minerals and vitamins that they give you while your other organs that are normally digesting proteins and fats and shit all the time are on hiatus, right? You're in that fasted state.
Right.
So anyway, I guaranteed I always come back more ripped, more lean, more energy. So I'll come back from like a 2-day 48-hour fast, and then I go in and I set a new PR in my lift.
Crazy.
So people are like, how the hell did you do that? I'm like, because I let my body recover and heal. Like that's one advantage of those 2 days is like I'm in an extreme level of recovery. So the intermittent fasting is great, but sometimes you got to take it a little bit further. That's something I personally do.
I'm a big believer in that. I do a lot of extended fast. I'll do dry fasting, I'll do water fasting, I'll do fat fasting, all that stuff. It's funny because people ask me like, what is my routine when I pitch, right? Like that's a big question in the baseball community. And I implemented fasting, not while I was pitching, but leading up to that outing. I would make sure like the outing or the night before my outing, I would finish my last meal like 5. And then I wouldn't eat again until I'd make sure I'd have like one meal right before I pitched. And that's when I felt like my most optimal, like everything cognitively, like power, everything.
And I think it's important that the listeners who are still listening to understand that this is all, you have to find what works for you. Okay.
Yeah, it's personalization.
Like I got my stuff. Robbie's got his stuff. All we're saying is like, try it. Like you can't knock, what's that old saying? You can't knock it till you try it. Right. Yeah. Like you don't know, like there's people like Sean Baker, you, me. I don't even know if Sean ever even fasted, to be honest with you. I don't think Sean's that kind of guy.
Well, that's what he said. He does intermittent feasting.
Yeah. Intermittent feasting. So that's where I disagree with him because fasting has been around for centuries.
Yeah.
So the human body does know how to survive in the proper supported state. Now, granted, if I take Joe Schmo off the street, I am not going to put him into my protocol. Like I don't even know what your background is, and your body might not literally be in a healthy enough state to even do what you do, Robby. So it's like, right? It's like we've all built ourselves up and started rebuilding the foundation, so we are healthy enough to accomplish these said steps, right? So, I mean, that's why sometime in the beginning, you just got to give it a try. Like, hey, man, don't eat until 1, 2 o'clock. Extend. When you wake up in the morning, you are already in a fasted state. Extend it. Have a fatty coffee. Throw some butter in your coffee, heavy whipping cream, whatever is your little shtick,
You a keto coffee guy?
Do love my heavy whipping cream coffee.
Isn't it dangerous?
I ran out of
You're
it, though.
You're a farm boy, though. Yeah.
It's so rich. It's so beautiful and silky smooth. But I ran out of whipping cream, so I just had my Kerrygold grass-fed butter in the coffee today.
How about Kerrygold getting sued?
Well, they should, but because it's false advertising. And number 2, they should be sued anyway because I Instagrammed something about those guys months ago because those morons decided to release a new blended butter with canola oil in it. So I called them on it. I'm like, why would you change your years of success in keeping things wholesome and pure? And I ripped them up and down. And somebody from the company actually commented back saying, well, we did this as response to the consumer market. People requested more spreadable butter. I'm like, you mean when you take the butter out of the fridge and let it sit there for like 5 minutes? Like that kind of spreadable butter? Like you are giving in.
Oh my gosh.
You are giving in to our American way of impatience and adding in vegetable oils that when superheated will become carcinogenic but because the consumers are telling you they need spreadable butter. Are you guys idiots?
That's who it's about, right? The consumer, right? It's about making money.
They're
all
not
going to make enough money.
It's all money. And honestly, and thanks to them getting so big, I've been to Ireland, dude. All right, I'm Irish by bloodline. Scott William Mulvaney. Hello.
I got a red beard.
And you got a red beard. Like, dude, I've been there. I was like, there is no way the Kerrygold's demand is derived from 100% grass-fed Irish dairies. Like, I'm like, how, dude? Like, they have blown up thanks to Dave Asprey's Bulletproof Coffee. They have blown up. Like, here's a hack. Starbucks sells Kerrygold butter.
I know. I go grab it every time. Five is the max they'll give me.
Oh, I haven't tested that. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm usually like, I go in and I flirt, and I usually am wearing a tank top. So the girl at the barista place gives me like 10 or maybe.
There you go. So she looks past the red beard and goes right for the arms.
Another hack. Hacking back your hack. make sure you're nice to your baristas. Yeah, I'll get like a green tea, right? Something like super cheap. Yeah. And I'll say, hey, can I get a side of heavy whipping cream? And they'll pour it in like a small cup and fill it like all the way up, and I'll put that in the fridge when I get home. But I learned that their heavy cream has got carrageenan in it, and I try to stay away from that carrageenan, the thickening stuff, the seaweed.
Wait, they actually have heavy cream?
They have heavy Starbucks?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Starbucks.
I mean, I've just gotten their half and half, but I didn't know they had heavy whipping cream.
Their heavy cream's good. Almost.
See, that's why I think that's probably better than going half and half. If I absolutely have to, if I'm in the middle of nowhere and I'm traveling on business and there's nothing else around, like my little hack is because I can't stand their coffee, it's just roasted to crap.
Yeah.
So I'll do a latte. So I do a breve latte. So they make a breve latte means they will make the latte component with half and half for the richer fat content. So, yeah. So
write that down.
My hack is a breve latte. So,
yeah, I do I'm a big Americano guy. I like the taste of espresso.
Yeah,
for some reason.
We'll blend it up.
I'll do an espresso. I play around a lot. Like I'm very talkable. Like when it comes to the baristas, so I'll just be like, hey, do you mind like putting this in the blender, not blowing yourself up, throwing a piece of butter in there, and like I had one girl, man, she was a total sweetheart too, and like I felt bad because it could have been like her first like few days on the job, and she put hot coffee in the blender and it blew up everywhere.
Oh yeah, you got to ease them into that because they don't know any better. They don't.
No, they don't. And at Starbucks they have the ones where the screen pops over and you can't hold down the lid.
Yeah.
So what the hack is there, if you get really in tight with a good barista, just say, hey, ma'am, like put the butter in there and then pulse it for 1 second at a time. Because if you pulse it, the lid won't pop off. So if you pulse it 1 second at a time, it only needs like 5 of them and the butter will melt. And then you pour the heavy cream over the top. But I'm a gold member at Starbucks. No big deal.
Oh, yeah, I am too. I got the app, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I spend a small fortune when I'm traveling. So
same. Well, I live on the road, so it's like you have to.
Oh, yeah. Well, I got hooked on Starbucks when I was firefighting because as hotshots, like you're shipped all over the West. So that was our crack. When we would pull in to fuel up our convoy of vehicles, it was like, oh, sweet, is there a Starbucks nearby? And everybody's like, all right, everybody's taking each other's orders and they're coming in there. And like, but if you made it back with too much time taken up, then you got to do push-ups. So, but
I love
everything was penalized with push-ups. So
no burpees back then, huh?
No, that was Snooki. That was second year. So first year was more push-ups. Then second year they started graduating to because like that's how I found CrossFit. My one squad boss was studying the CrossFit website, and he's like I show up out there for critical training PT. We were doing 2-a-days, and he's like, all right, guys, we're doing CrossFit. I'm like, what the hell is CrossFit?
That was before it blew up, right?
That was 2010. Yeah, so yeah, like they had just started getting their butts in gear in like 08, 09. Like so. But we built everything ourselves. We didn't have bumper weights. We didn't have barbells. Everything was kettlebells. We had one rower, and we had one of those big metal shipping containers that we stored all of our stuff in because we're in the mountains of Arizona.
Sure.
So we took slag iron and welded them off the top of the roof and then put bars on that. It was so high up, you had to do a box jump to get up and grab the pull-up bar to do your pull-ups, and you were not allowed to do kipping pull-ups. You had to do strict pull-ups.
You had to do your kipping pull-ups from 10
because
feet.
I mean, the hot shot way was you had to be able to do push-ups and you had to be able to do strict pull-ups. Like that was minimum. And then you had to do your PT. Your PT hike was a 40-pound pack. You had to do 3 miles in under 45 minutes. So,
are you in better shape now than you were back then?
That's hard to say. It depends, right? Like I have a feeling if I tried to go up there right now, I would get my ass handed to me because I haven't been doing pack training. Like, have you heard of Go Rucks?
No.
Oh, Go Ruck is like, I did a Go Ruck a couple years ago here, where you have to throw on pack weight. And then for the next 24 hours, some former military dude screams at you and makes you hike for like 20 some miles, doing all kinds of ridiculous stuff. And your pack is never allowed to touch the ground. And like, they make you take your pack off and you have to stand here holding over your head for a while. Then they have us like crawling through creeks. And it was, I haven't been beat up like that since I was a hot shot.
Who wouldn't want to do that?
Oh yeah. And I paid money to do it.
Yeah, exactly. So are you a Spartan racer guy?
Yeah.
Tough Mudder or anything?
Yeah. I've done them all. Yeah.
You want any?
No, I don't care about that. Like,
you don't?
Not because I show up. I have the Vibram 5 fingers from minimalism.
I have those too.
Yeah,
biohacker.
I've done Spartans in them. Like, people think I'm crazy.
Just doing barefoot.
Well, that's not because I'm not crazy. It's not next year. That's just like stupid. I mean, that's the point. Is like, you got to challenge yourself. I mean, I do stupid stuff. Like, hold on a second. Where's the other thing here? Here you go. Like, you ever done this? This was something recent in November. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to become one of our longer episodes, but it's okay. It happens.
It's my
you
goal.
Ever do that? This was in South Africa.
You want to hear my next plan?
I did an aerial safari.
That's so freaking cool, man. I want to buy a squirrel suit and jump off a mountain.
Oh, that's see, my buddy Kenyon Salo is that guy.
He's done them?
Well, no, he's on the skydiving team that goes into Denver Broncos Stadium. I don't know if you knew that. The Denver Broncos have a team of skydivers.
I know that. I know that. I didn't know
he's that guy. Yeah. So I met Kenyon through the Isogenics world years ago, and he's like a professional skydiver. And then he created his own brand called the Bucket List Life, and now he's a paid like motivational speaker.
Yeah. Absolutely. When you live without fear, like you can do it. You can speak to like anyone and just be like, "Well, I've done this, so listen to me."
Well, that's where I never, again, when I left the hotshot way, like I wasn't always talking about it. And then I realized it's something unique that I've done that nobody else has even thought about or even knew about. So now I'm just trying to find a way to write the book to bring it out in a way to not boast about being a hotshot. It's what you just said. It's to get people to find their own inner hotshot, to start overcoming those things that you always thought you couldn't do, right? So maybe you want to call it a self-help book. I don't know yet, right? But the point is, like, dude, we're all capable of doing things, right?
I think you have to find your why, man. I mean, that's the biggest thing in life, right? Like, we all need to have those things and moments in our lives to look forward to, dude. And you have to find that, right? It's to take accountability again. It goes back to that. Like, that's like the hashtag of the episode. Like, take accountability, and accountability goes into.
I like that. Hold on. I've been trying to figure out a title for this show. So
Captain Redbeard.
Well, I can use that too, by the way. So take accountability.
Yeah, take accountability, man. I think that's a big one. But it goes back into like feeling optimal, right? I mean, you can take accountability there. Like, these are choices and these are things that we can do in our lives and in every single day. And it's not rocket science, right?
Oh, a second. Here you go.
Today. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna give you another guy to follow on Instagram.
Oh.
Here he is.
Look at that. Dude.
Right?
Kenyon Salo?
Kenyon Salo. KENYONSALO. I just aired him. He was my 200th episode.
What am I? I
don't know yet.
Cool.
Because I'm always about 5 to 10 shows out, so I have to check what the number will be. You get emailed. I send you copies of all the photos, because I do graphics and stuff. Like, you'll have a professional graphic and everything.
You make me feel bad about myself and my show.
No,
I'm doing it all myself.
We all start somewhere. Relax, man.
Started from the bottom. Now I'm here.
Yeah.
That guy looks like a guy that would jump off.
How about the wingsuit stuff?
There he is. Dude, those are the squirrel suits.
Yeah, I told you he's a professional skydiver.
Yeah, but I didn't know he's because you have to be like super, like, you have to do so many classes to do that thing.
Dude, he's been doing this his whole life. I mean, yeah, he's got.
So that is flow. That's
flow, man. Look at this.
That is flow.
So that's him right there. That's the Broncos thunder. What are they called? Thunderbolts or something like that. Thunderstorm or thunder.
Thunder down under.
Something like that. But like, yeah, here you go. See, like, that's funny. That wingsuit, that E+, that's actually our all natural energy shot from Isogenics. He's got his own wingsuit with it on it.
That is so cool, man.
He is his brand, man. Like, that's it. Like, you're your brand, I'm my brand. Like, he's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy t-shirts.
Yeah, I mean, Well, yeah, we all have to have. See, eventually, I didn't always have my own hat. This is brand new. I just had this designed like a month ago.
How long? So 200 plus episodes, man. How long have you been doing podcasting?
I aired September 4th, 2016. So like I said, we just crossed 2 years.
That's crazy.
I release 2 every week, every Monday, Friday.
Oh, that's what I do. Must have copied off me.
Yeah. Well, they tell you to follow your mentors. I follow Captain Redbeard.
Why don't you sponsorship?
Because I don't need to.
You don't. There's no people.
Because I can't stand Joe Rogan. Like, I love his show, but when I got to sit there and skip past 5 minutes of commercials, it drives me crazy. And I'm like, I will never be that guy. Like,
yeah, I 100% see that.
Like, Vinny Tortorich is now my client.
Yeah.
Because I've been tweeting his podcasts for 2-3 years as a loyal follower. And then he's been on my show, and I've been on his show, and he's come back on my show. Huh?
He's got a good podcast?
Oh, yeah. He gets like,
so what is his podcast?
Fitness Confidential. That's actually his best-selling book on Amazon, Fitness Confidential. Yeah, he's been around for 6 years. He's got like 1,000 some odd shows online. Like, yeah, he airs now. I think nowadays he's doing like 4 or 5 shows a week.
So that's his life, though.
Oh, yeah. He's built his brand on podcasting because he wrote a book because he survived cancer thanks to his NSNG lifestyle as well. Mm-hmm. So he decided to write a book, and he's like, well, how am I going to sell a book? And he's like, I don't exist online. They said, start a podcast, build a following.
This was before podcasting was big.
Oh, yeah. So he's 6 years old now, like as far as his show goes.
Right.
Yeah. So he put in the reps, right? He put in the reps. He put in the time. He was one of the early adopters. Like, he's not John Lee Dumas, but I mean, as far as downloads,
name drop.
Huh?
Name drop.
Yeah, JLD. But like, I don't like I have photos with JLD from conferences. Like, I don't actually like I don't subscribe to JLD's show anymore. Like, I give him respect because he's been around a while, but I don't like his whole perfectly prescribed Q&A format, and it's the same, whatever it is, 20 minutes for every single person. Yeah, because everybody's like, wait a minute, you haven't applied to go on his show yet? I'm like, I don't care. I've been on 30 other podcasts.
You were the first show that I've like applied to go on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel honored.
You should be.
Or it's just my process is that much of a pain in the ass.
It's so bad.
Yeah. Not really. You click and you fill out the form. But here's the best.
There was a confusion there because I didn't know if I was pre-approved.
Of course you were. I tweeted you. I told you you're approved.
Right.
I don't just reach out to people. If I reach out to people and we message each other, I'm not going to make you go through the pre-approval process.
I didn't know, man. I didn't know I had to pay my dues.
I didn't always have a pre-approval process. I launched that because people started just trying to book a recording session. And I'm like, no, I don't even know who the hell you are.
Yeah.
So
does that happen a lot?
It used to until I launched that other feature.
So now they can put in there, and then now you see their information. You're like, okay, this guy sounds interesting.
Intro for approval. No, they still have to go. Like, somebody just booked. I told them you book a pre-approval. I've never talked to you yet. We will have a conversation, because it's also about, are you willing to put into work, or are you just trying to get on everybody's show? So if that person actually follows up and books a time to talk, then okay, you've actually shown me you give a shit.
How you do anything is how you do everything.
Boom. Man, we just been dropping quotes left and right on the show. So
with this hashtag symbol.
Right. Hashtags. That's like, this will be like the most hashtagged episode ever, maybe, or something like that. Besides being accountability.
We can have that. Yeah.
So hold on. Take accountability, limitless hashtags, Captain Redbeard. I got to use keto because, I mean, we talked a lot about keto.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. But you know what? When I load the recording,
barriers with keto.
When I load this recording into my my transcription software, it'll spit out all the top used keywords that I use throughout the show with you. So I'll be able to it's really cool feature. By the way. Keto. But anyway, so listen, we should probably get this to the end because I just realized it's like almost 7:00 now here.
Holy heck!
Yeah, we've been at it for a while. It's okay. All right. I always have my guest co-hosts close the show out. You've already dropped some wisdom a lot.
Pressure.
And you actually had some really sincere comments earlier. But if you had to leave behind an all-encompassing message for our listeners, if they lasted this long on our show.
We have to cut. Yeah, we have to bring this.
Like if we had to sum it up, man, like Robby Row, like what kind of message are you, like you have this podcast now, like what's the message you're trying to put out to the world?
Yeah. So the message, and I put this on my Instagram bio as well. It's like seek to inspire. And I think everyone has a unique platform, a unique ability to reach an audience, right? Like with social media or with whoever we encounter in everyday life, like we have the ability to affect someone else's life for the positive. Like we as human beings, we have that power within us, even if we are just Joe Schmo. Like a compliment or hey, your hair looks good or whatever, like those things go a long way. And I'm a big believer in like passing positive vibes along to each and every one, like you see, like anyone you come into encounter with, like I think that holds a lot of weight, and that goes far beyond like, you know, anything anyone can do for someone else. And I think there's a lot of weight in that. And the next thing I want to say, I think I wrote it in your pre-approval process that took me 13 years to complete.
Oh, come on.
But as a baseball player, like our biggest mentality is don't overcomplicate. And that's kind of something that I want to approach with life as well is don't overcomplicate it. It's not as hard as you have to make it out to be, right? Like maybe there's a lot of information that you don't have. Maybe there's a lot of information that you're seeking to have. But at the end of the day, it always goes back to be mindful about yourself. And you are your expert. You're your own expert about your body, your mind, and find ways to optimize that yourself. I'm a big routine guy. I like implementing routines to optimize my day, my time, getting the most out of my day. How can I be a better person than when I woke up the previous day? You know, and that comes from understanding what things that you know, my body can take well to. And if you want to talk nutrition, reading, you know, just fitness, like whatever it is, like find those things in your life that give your body and your mind optimization, and seek joy throughout that process. You know, it doesn't have to be this gut wrenching, like very like grinding out process. Like it should be fun. Like seeking optimal living, seeking longevity in your life, seeking happiness should all be things that you get to look forward to in your day. You know, and you want to wake up early in the morning because there's so many opportunities that come from that day. And you have the opportunity to do that because you woke up. So it's perception, right? Like, I don't know if you ever read like The Obstacle is the Way. But no. That's one of my go-to books, man. And it's about controlling your perception. Like a lot of bad things are going to happen in this world, but if we can counter our perception to the positive of those things, then, you know, that just makes things a lot better for our overall being. So those are some parting words. Didn't want to rant too much, but that's what I got, man. And I think that's we all have like unique opportunities in this world to spread those good vibes. So take accountability, spread them.
I love it. Well said. Hang tight. I want to give you a proper goodbye off the air. Ladies and gentlemen, we've done a lot of sharing today, a lot of knowledge. He dropped some serious bombs. So again, make sure you're following him at Robby Row _12, especially on Twitter, but also he's really active on the Instagram, as we kind of already shared. You can obviously find his podcast to subscribe, and don't forget to leave an iTunes review because he's got more than I do.
Let's go.
Robby Row Show. And again, the RobbyRowShow.com is the website. So I will actually, the reason why I fill out that little form for all my co-hosts is that gives me all the data I need to give him a proper podcast show notes for the website. And to close you guys out on his exact words, don't make it harder than it has to be. So thanks again for tuning in to another powerful Live the Fuel show, ladies and gentlemen. We're fueling your health, your business, your lifestyle. So remember, you too can live the fuel. Talk to you guys again soon.
What a